31 and 10 at your various stops? How did you get the 5? And what's the process like? You got 31 new transfers. Other guys got your numbers. Is there bargaining in the background?
No bargaining, man. My sister actually she's a 3-time All-American soccer player at Texas A&M, and she just transferred to Notre Dame. Best center back in the country, by the way. And we came to a conclusion on we're going to be number 5. It's a number that we've never worn before, but I think that was pretty cool that we get to kind of go out there and rock the same numbers this year.
Did you have a connection to 1 or 10 before? I mean, those 10's obviously.
Yeah, 10's been my number since high school. I wore it all through college, and then when I got to Incarnate Word, I felt kind of cool wearing the number 1. It kind of gave me superpowers, but I just wanted to go back to my roots from my last year there and really, remember why I was there. I just felt like being in 10 was what was best for me last year.
Thank you. Talking about Incarnate Word, obviously you had some stops in the SEC previously. What did you learn most from your time down on the FCS level?
A lot of things, man. I think, the last 2 years for me playing at Incarnate Word was an absolute blessing. I was able to strengthen my relationship with God, something that I never really knew I needed that much. And now I know more than ever how much I need Him. And just developing as a man and a leader, and I think through my faith, the Lord saved me for, who I needed to become in order to get back here. I think that I had some successes and I was able to taste some of my potential when I was at Texas A&M, but the Lord knew I wasn't ready for it yet. And I think that He shaped me, prepared me, and molded me for this moment in the last 2 years at Incarnate Word.
Is that kind of touching on that? Do you use the previous time at A&M at Auburn as coming back here for something to prove, or are you like, that's in the past, there's no reason to even think about it?
Yeah, a little bit of both, man. I mean, I got a bad taste in my mouth from a couple things and a couple people, but and I had some regrets, and I know now that it was all for a reason. So I just think that coming here, yes, do I think it's I'm trying to think of the word. It's a chance at redemption here, for sure. But this is a lot more important to me, and it's about the team, and it's about our offense coming together and doing our best to put points on the board and go win games. So, yes, there's some personal aspects to it in regards to redemption, but it's not about me, and I have to tell myself that constantly.
How tough was that year at Auburn? I know anytime you're hurt, it's not good, but then I think do you also have that thing like, man, if I could have been out there, maybe things would be different, things like that?
It was a tough patch, man. A lot of things that just didn't go my way. Between people ending up not being there that, I thought were going to be there. It was just, and I'm sure maybe they have a bad taste in their mouths with me as well, but I definitely have a bad taste in my mouth from that place and those people. And it was a rough year. So, but I'm excited. I mean, I'm just so thankful that I get to be back in the SEC with Kentucky, with Coach Stoops, with Coach Hamden, and the rest of the guys on this team.
Did you have any relationships with anyone on the team, maybe the coaches from your previous time in the SEC, maybe playing against them, or maybe back from high school?
I'll say that one more time.
Do you have any maybe previous relationships? Do you know anyone on the team, this Kentucky team, from maybe your time at Auburn, A&M, or maybe from high school?
No, so it's actually completely new faces here for me, and there's some mutual relationships. I've been around people that know some people here, and I've heard all great things. But it's completely new faces for me and new relationships for me, which I think is good.
So, what can Big Blue Nation expect from the Cuban Missile in 2025?
It's going deep.
Zach, how much have you been able to dive into the playbook already, or is it more about, hey, I'm just trying to get settled in Lexington first before I go into any of the football?
Oh no, I was settled in my first 2-3 days, man, and it's been hit the ground running, learning the offense, building chemistry with the guys, throwing the football, getting my footwork down for different plays and just being very intentional about it. So, like I said, we hit the ground running, and, I've been preparing and still am preparing, and I'll continue to do that throughout the season.
You probably have been asked this already, but what's the relationship like with Coach Hamden, with Cutter, and the rest of the QB room so far?
Oh, man, we have a very healthy QB room. I mean, we're all brothers in there. We're all friends in there. And it's great, man. Cutter's awesome, Bo's awesome, and our 2 new freshmen, Brennan and Stone, are great, man. They all work hard, and we all build off each other. So, there's things that they've helped me with, and there's things I've helped them with. And I think it's healthy, and I think it's good. And that's what a team needs. When you don't have a healthy quarterback room, there's never success.
What's the biggest thing that you remember from your first conversations with Bush Hamden, and why you might be a good fit for what he likes to do?
Oh yeah, I mean we sat in the film room for like an hour, just going through his offense, how he schemes things up, what his philosophies are, and then also going through some of my film and how my game will be applied into this offense and how we'll be able to have success. So I just think my ability to push the ball downfield, throw on rhythm and quick game, get the ball out quick, and then extend plays with my legs, I think is a good fit for the offense.
Was there anything that he showed you that you can recall saying, "Oh man, that really clicks"? With
Say that one more time.
anything that when you were going through that film and just kind of cutting it up and everything, was there something that really stood out as clicking?
Play action.
Well, it seems like this is the right place with Coach Stoops and the way he likes to run the ball. What can you offer off that play action game?
Like I told him, the Cuban missile's going deep. And I feel I pride myself on being able to push the ball downfield, but also take completions when we do call shot plays and things aren't open down the field, and just stay ahead of the sticks, move the ball.
It was like you mentioned a few minutes ago about you've been in the transfer portal multiple times. You kind of knew what you were looking for. Does that involve like you already start looking at like the team's offenses? So like how does that work? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I feel like I have learned how to read people. A lot of people in this day and age preach one thing and live another way, and it's important to be able to be around people that live what they preach and are going to do their part in building a good culture. And I think Coach Bush and Coach Stoops do a great job of that, and these are the people that I want to be around, and I could tell very quickly off my conversations with the staff that this was the place I wanted to be.
Well, with what you've accomplished, what your sister accomplished, your dad was an All-American swimmer. Like, who's the best athlete in your family? You've got some good options.
I might have to give that to my sister, man. Like I said, best center back in the country, and she's had an amazing athletic career, and she's going to continue to play professionally. And I know our whole family's proud of her. I'm extremely proud of her. Proudest big brother in the country, I think. But I'm gonna have to give it to my sister, man. She's got the resume.
Obviously,